Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai 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 Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari 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 Yashodanandana Braj Jana Ranjana 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 Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari वनचारी
यमुना तीर वनचारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन
यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी
यमुना तीरा वनचारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
जय राधा कृष्ण चंद्र राधा कृष्ण चंद्र राधे
जय राधा कृष्ण चंद्र राधा कृष्ण चंद्र राधे
जय राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधे
जय राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधे
जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे
जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे
कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय वृंदावन धाम
कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय वृंदावन धाम
निताई गौरांगो निताई गौरांग निताई गौरांगो गौर हरि
जय निताय गौरांगो निताय गौरांगो निताय गौरांगो गौर हरे
श्रीनिवास गोविंद जय श्रीनिवास गोविंद श्रीनिवास गोविंद जय श्रीनिवास गोविंद
श्रीनिवास गोविंद जय श्रीनिवास गोविंद श्रीनिवास गोविंद जय श्रीनिवास गोविंद
कृष्ण रुक्मणी जय सत्यभामा कृष्ण रुक्मणी जय सत्यभामा
जय कृष्ण रुक्मिणी जय सत्यभामा कृष्ण रुक्मिणी जय सत्यभामा
प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय विश्वगुरु जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद विश्वगुरु जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद निताई गौर हरि गौर हरि गौर हरि गौर हरि गौर
Parivrajaka Shtottara Shatashi Sriman, His Divine Grace Abhay Charan Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, ISKCON Samsthapanacharya, Savior of the whole world, Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Om Vishnupada Nitya Leela Pravishta, His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Nitai Go Premanande Hari Hari. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 19, Text 22 and 23. 22 has no purport. I'll chant 22 by myself. 23 we will all chant together. Ashrutya tad rishi gana vachaha parikshit samam madhuchyut guru cha avyalikam abhashata enan abhinandya yuktan shushrusamanas charitani vishnoho. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. All that was spoken by the great sages was very sweet to hear, full of meaning, and appropriately presented as perfectly true. So after hearing them, Maharaj Parikshit, desiring to hear of the activities of Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, congratulated the great sages. Text 23. Samagataha sarvata eva sarve samagataha sarvata eva sarve Veda yatha murtidharaha triprishte Veda yatha murtidharas triprishte Na iha atha nihatha Namutra cha kaschana artha nihata namutra cha kaschana artha rite para anugraham atmashilam Rite paranugrahamatmashilam Samagataha sarvata eva sarve Veda yatha murti dharastri prishte Nihata namutra cha kaschanartha Rite paranugrahamatmashilam Samagata sarvata eva sarve Vedayata murti dharastri prishte Vedayata murti dharastri prishte Nihatana mutra chakaschanartha Rite paranugrahamatmashilam Samagata sarvata eva sarve Vedayatha murti dharastri prishte Nihatana mutra chakaschanartha Rite paranugrahamatmashilam Sarvata eva sarve
Vedayata murtidharastri prishte
Vedayata murti dharastri prishte
Nehata namutra chakaschanartha
Nihatana mutra chakaschanartha
Rete paranugrahamatmashilam
Rite paranugrahamatmashilam Samagataha assembled Sarvataha from all directions Eva certainly Sarve all of you Vedaha supreme knowledge Yatha as Murti Dharaha personified Triprishte on the planet of Brahma which is situated above the three planetary systems, namely the upper, intermediate and lower worlds. Na, not. Iha, in this world. Atha, thereafter. Na, nor. Amutra, in the other world. Cha, also. Kaschana, any other. Artaha, interest. Rite, save and accept. Para, others. Anugraham, doing good to. Atmashilam, own nature. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The king said, O great sages, you have all very kindly assembled here, having come from all parts of the universe. You are all as good as supreme knowledge personified, who resides in the planet above the three worlds, Satyaloka. Consequently, you are naturally inclined to do good to others. And but for this, You have no interest either in this life or in the next. Translation with repetition. The king said, O great sages, you have all very kindly assembled here, having come from all parts of the universe. You are all as good as Supreme Knowledge personified, who resides in the planet above the three worlds, Satyaloka. Consequently, you are naturally inclined to do good to others, and but for this, you have no interest either in this life or in the next. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. 6 kinds of opulences, namely wealth, strength, fame, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation, are all originally the different attributes pertaining to the absolute personality of Godhead. The living beings who are part and parcel entities of the Supreme Being have all these attributes partially, up to the full strength of 78%. In the material world, these attributes, up to 78% of the Lord's attributes, are covered by the material energy, as the sun is covered by a cloud. The covered strength of the sun is very dim compared to the original glare. And similarly, the original color of the living beings with such attributes becomes almost extinct. There are 3 planetary systems, namely the lower worlds, the intermediate worlds, and the upper worlds. The human beings on earth are situated at the beginning of the intermediate worlds. But living beings like Brahma and his contemporaries live in the upper worlds, of which the topmost is Satyaloka. In Satyaloka, the inhabitants are fully cognizant of Vedic wisdom, and thus the mystic cloud of material energy is cleared. Therefore, they are known as the Vedas personified. Such persons, being fully aware of knowledge, both mundane and transcendental, have no interest in either the mundane or transcendental worlds. They are practically desireless devotees. In the mundane world, they have nothing to achieve. And in the transcendental world, they are full in themselves. Then why do they come to the mundane world? They descend on different planets as messiahs by the order of the Lord to deliver the fallen souls. On the earth, they come down and do good to the people of the world in different circumstances, under different climatic influences. They have nothing to do in this world save and except reclaim the fallen souls rotting in material existence, deluded by material energy. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purports. Om Ajnanatirmirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitan Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. This is the last chapter of the first canto of the Bhagavatam, titled The Appearance of Shukadev Goswami. Shukadev Goswami, who is son of Vyasadeva himself, the prominent speaker of the Srimad Bhagavatam, and his appearance is very nicely described in this chapter. You will see towards the end as we come to the last few verses. The entry of Shukadev Goswami into this assembly, consisting of Parikshit Maharaj, who has renounced the kingdom and preparing to leave this world because he had a notice of 7 days. And so when the emperor had renounced the world and was preparing to die, having given up all the royal robes, it must have been a very big news. And sages from all over the world and all over the universe, that's the meaning, samagataha sarvata eva sarve. Samagataha, they all arrived, they all assembled. Sarvata, from all over and all over the universe, as Prabhupada explains. And they all assembled and they began to speak to Parikshit. Parikshit asked them, what is it that I should do? What should I hear? What should I think of? What should I be glorifying? How should my mind be absorbed? In what should my mind be absorbed? So all these great sages had assembled and they spoke a few words, last few verses, and in response to that, Parikshit is speaking in the 2 verses we have read today. In the text 22, there are some very interesting things that are mentioned. Srila Prabhupada said, I have very painstakingly translated these books. And he wanted us to read and benefit from them. Prabhupada said, the Bhagavatam is such a special composition. Every word is selected, chosen, and makes it part of the Bhagavatam. And Srila Prabhupada has taken every word and carefully translated in English language so that all of us can read and benefit from that. So, Ashritya. Okay. Can we display the verse back again? Okay. Ashritya tad rishi gana vachaha parikshit. Ashritya. Parikshit ashritya. Parikshit heard the words spoken by Rishigana. Rishigana vachaha ashritya Parikshit. He heard. And what were those words? Samam madhuchyut guru chavalikam. Samam, impartial, equal to everyone. Madhuchyut. Madhu means, we know, honey. Madhuchyut is trickling of the honey or coming forth of the honey. And so, samam, madhuchyut. These are all words qualifying Rishigana vachaha, the words spoken by the rishis. Madhuchyut, they were sweet words. Guru. Guru means heavy, grave. Prabhupada translates here as Guru, grave. Cha avyalikam. Avyalikam, perfectly true. Vyalika means cheating, falsehood. Avyalika means perfectly true. See, these are the words spoken by the sages. Samam madhuchyut guru chavalikam. So in other words, these Vedic literatures, and especially the Srimad Bhagavatam, words spoken by great sages, words spoken by great devotees, words spoken by the Lord, all of this is part of Bhagavatam, and we have to give very respectful and serious hearing to these words. They are, and in the next line, abhashata ena abhinandya yuktan. And these words, which are samam, madhuchyut, guru, avyalikam, were yuktan abhashata. They were very appropriately delivered. So, as Prabhupada wanted all of us to become gurus and repeat the words of the Shastras. The world is in ignorance, and we must take this knowledge and give to others. That's one of the important instructions of Srila Prabhupada. And so we must know what is the nature of the message that we are carrying. It is samam, madhuchyut, guru, avyalikam, and yuktan. Appropriately, it should be delivered. So this requires a certain amount of spiritual maturity, and we should, by the practice of Krishna consciousness, that consciousness evolves and develops. It is a process. It is a scientific process. And if we apply ourselves to this, we can also notice these changes in our heart. That is why Rupa Goswami, when he was summarizing all of these teachings from the Vedic literatures, he said, Adhau Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha Atha Bhajana Kriya Tata Anartha Nivritti Syat Tato Nishtha Tata Ruchihi Tata Sakti Bhava Prema Abhyudanchati. So, just like in a chemistry book, we would read, you mix chemical A with chemical B, and then you shake it, you heat it, and a yellow gas comes out. We read that in the chemistry textbook. And then you go to the lab, You mix A and B, shake it, heat it, and you will see yellow gas. That chemical process is already described in the textbook because it is predictable. It is a science. It is not some random thing. It may happen, may not happen. No, it is going to happen. And that is what we have all experienced, isn't it? In the same way, before we take to Krishna consciousness, Rupa Goswami has explained, if you do this, this will happen. If you do this, this will happen. That is why Srila Prabhupada said, this is a science. This is, as here Prabhupada has explained, Avyalikam. It is perfectly true. It is perfectly true to everyone. So in other words, Bhagavatam is talking about a science. It is not some kind of a belief system. For those who believe it will happen, for those who don't believe it may not happen, for somebody it will happen, for some group of people it will work, not for everyone. This is not like that. We read in the morning during chanting time, Prabhupada saying, chanting of Hare Krishna is simple, perfect, and unfailing, never fails. This is the nature of this knowledge. It is perfect truth. Just like we all have seen the sun rises in the east. It is true for everyone. No, only for Brahmins it happens. For some other caste it will not happen. It will some other. No, it is the truth for everyone. That kind of an unshakable, unchangeable truth is what is being described in the Bhagavatam, in the Shastras. So such knowledge, which is samam, which is madhuchyut, it is also presented, it is also very sweet. Tava kathamrutam taptha jivanam. Srimad Bhagavatam in the 10th canto, Shukadev Goswami says, he's telling about Krishna. Tava kathamrutam taptha jivanam. Taptha jivanam is a interesting word. We chant Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari. Tapta Kanchana. Tapta Kanchana means molten gold. Right? Tava Kathamrutam Tapta Jivanam. Here, Tapta Jivanam means for people who have understood, who have come to the point of understanding our life, this life is full of miseries. This is actually a statement of knowledge. That's why Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, when he is making a list of items which constitute knowledge, he says, one who concludes that this world is a place of misery, it is an aspect of knowledge. Dukkha, janma mrityu jara vyadi, dukkha doshanu darshanam. One who is able to see that this world is a place of misery, he is a wise man, he is seeing with knowledge. That is an indication of knowledge. To see this world, oh, great place, I'm going to enjoy, I have this much I'm able to enjoy. I will make some plans and I'm going to enhance my enjoyment. This is foolishness. That's a statement of ignorance according to Krishna. Such beliefs, such understanding, such convictions is foolishness. So, sometimes some people say, no, you are very negative. You are very pessimistic in your outlook. No, it is not pessimism or optimism. This is realism. This is the reality of life. And so, for those who have come to this understanding, tapta jivanam. For them, tava katha amrutam. Krishna, your words, your activities, narrations about you is nectar. Tava katha amrutam tapta jivanam. So, if we are in the right frame of mind, if we are in the right frame of consciousness, we will see Bhagavatam's words, Prabhupada's words. It is madhuchut. It's like honey. If we are not in the right frame of consciousness, we will not be able to appreciate the sweetness. Bhagavatam gives the example. When we have a disease, even if you take some sweet, it will look tasteless. It's not the defect of the sweet. It's the defect of our tongue, our state of health or lack of it. And hence, if we become healthy, then that sweet will become very delicious. So, samam madhuchut guru. This is a grave subject. This is a serious matter. This is about our life. We take all these things very lightly. Oh, my life, I'm a young man, I'm going to enjoy life. Time will pass very, very imperceptibly. And I was seeing Satvik Prabhu here in front of me. I told him to go away, but he won't follow my direction, what to do. He was the president of the ISKCON Bangalore temple when I used to come from college 40 years back. I used to sit like that and hear his class, and today, of course, he's here. So when I was looking at Prabhu and thinking, over 40 years have passed. And he was a young man at that time. So how, just see, we who have experienced past so many years, we have become older now. We see how the world, how time passes. So, this is the nature of Kala. And so, this is a very grave subject matter. And Avyalikam, it is perfectly true. And it is sincerely presented. And Shushrushamanaha Charitani Vishnu. So Parikshit is saying, I am very desirous of hearing Vishnu's narrations. And in the next verse, Samagataha sarvatha eva sarve Veda yatha murti dharaha. You see, in the few verses before that, about Parikshit and his forefathers. Parikshit's forefathers, they are Pandavas. And there are a few words which describe, the sages used those words to describe and congratulate and encourage Parikshit. Here there is one expression, Krishnam samanuvartheshu. Krishna samanuvratha. Anuvratha means follow. Samanuvratha means fully, strictly follow. Follow whom? Krishnam samanuvratham. Parikshit, your forefathers were rigidly following Krishna's teachings, Krishna's instructions. And to those who are strictly in line of Krishna, that is Prabhupada's translation. And in the same, who are strictly in line with Krishna. So you can see this principle. To lead a life according to instructions of Krishna. That should be our aspiration. Either we should be strictly following the instructions of Krishna, or his representative, the Acharya. The Acharyas are also called Bhagavata, person Bhagavata, because they follow Bhagavan. And their life, because they strictly follow, they are like Veda Yatha Murti, Veda Murti. They are personification of the knowledge of the Vedic literatures. You see, if you are not Krishna Samanuvarthaha, if you are not a strict follower of Krishna, or if you are not a Acharya, Guru Samanuvarthaha, you are not a follower of Guru, what are we? We are strict followers of our own ambitions, aspirations, which we have gathered somehow through association of people, some education, family, different inputs we get, and then we become fired up. Oh, I'm going to become this, I'm going to become a rich man, and all these different kind of aspirations. So instead of becoming a follower of our own material ambitions, this great Pandavas and forefathers of Parikshit, these are great examples to emulate. Because we come into this world as small children, family, parents, neighbors, friends, and school, college, they all teach us. And based on all that input, we make our plans. This is what I should be. This is what I should become. And we pursue that. And in today's world, all the modern motivational speakers, they say, you must follow your passion. This is what they all say, right? And then we read about that, and yes, I must follow. But where is all this passion going to lead to? Where is all this going to? What is going to happen? The nature of the material world, Bhagavatam describes, is parabhavaha. Everything we achieve will be defeated. This is the reality. So, all the name and fame and power and education and accolades we may try to work hard and get, everything will be finished one day. That's the fact. And so one who has understood this does not want to follow his own passion. He wants to follow Krishna's direction. This is Atma Gyan. Who am I? What is happening around me? To understand that and to lead a life according to that. That is Krishna Samanuvarteshu. And another expression is there in the same verse. Bhagavat Parshva Kamaha. Another very beautiful expression these are. Bhagavat Parshva Kama. Kama means desire. Here it does not mean lust. It means desire. What kind of a desire? Bhagavat Parshva Kamaha. Bhagavat Parshva means to become an associate of the Lord. You see, these are there in the Bhagavatam. We should aspire to become Bhagavat Parsha. Bhagavat Parshva Kamaha. So, this is we can become an associate of the Lord. That's the promise Bhagavatam is making, Krishna is making in the Bhagavad Gita. That is the promise Srila Prabhupada is making through his books. Not a small thing. To become an associate of the Lord. See, Krishna is also saying, Mamupetyatu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate tadhama paramam mama. Krishna is inviting, please come to my abode and become my associate. Actually, we are all meant for that. We are actually part and parcel of Krishna. Usually we say, right, part and parcel of Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita, in one place, Prabhupada says, Krishna's bliss is ever expanding, and the living entities are part and parcel of that bliss. We are meant for Krishna's bliss, ever expanding bliss. And that's why Krishna is saying, come, become my associate. Oh, Krishna is asking, we should go and contribute for his bliss, is it? What about me? No. When we contribute for his bliss, we will become blissful. Completely blissful. That's our nature. Just like you put food into the stomach, you don't only touch the food, look at the food, smell the food. You pick it up, put it in the mouth, and it goes to the stomach. When the food goes to the stomach, the hand is so connected to the food, hand gets nourished. In the same way, hand, leg, they are all part and parcel of this body. In the same way, we are part and parcel of Krishna. When we serve Krishna and when we enhance his pleasure, we are so connected to Krishna that we will become blissful. That's the way, that's our position, that's our constitution, that's our makeup, that's our swarupa. So, in the Vedic literatures, there is an offer that we can become an associate of the Supreme Lord. Every one of us, no, it's not only rich people can do, only intelligent people can do, only knowledgeable scholars can do. None of these things are important. It is bhakti. It is that sharanagati. It is that simple attitude. I am a servant of Krishna. How can I serve Krishna? So that is the important. See, these are all special things that Srila Prabhupada points out. Because we read Prabhupada's books, we read again and again. After a certain time, we become a little bit, these are all. But we have to read a little carefully. Bhagavat Parshva Kamaha. And all of your forefathers, you all have a desire. The sages had spoken this. You all have a desire to go to the spiritual world and associate with the Lord. You see? I'm sure all of you, we Indians, we hear something, American college, American university, this professor is there, that professor, and then we I should also go there. Isn't it? We develop a desire. I must go to a university abroad, and there'll be so big professors. I must associate with them, with such scholars, and I should study well, etc. These kind of ambitions, right? A lot of Indians, we have all these kind of things. Now, all of them, I had this one experience some years ago. As a college student, like all of us, we would have heard big university names, America, different parts of the world. So, we used to, I'm sure many of you have heard also, MIT, big institute for science and engineering and research and all that. So some years ago, I had gone to a program in somebody's house, and after the program, they were talking to me and they were introducing the guests who were there. And there was one person, very elderly, must be in his 80s or so, but he was very nicely dressed in a suit. And his wife was also another elderly woman. And both of them were there, and so the host was introducing, this is Professor, he is formerly Professor so-and-so from MIT. And my old instincts, MIT. And I said, very nice talking, very nice meeting you, I said. And the wife whispered into my ear, no, he cannot hear. So then it struck me, oh my God, look at this big man. He must have worked so hard, studied so hard, went to MIT, studied there, became a professor there. And now, what has he become now? Frail, old body, falling, things falling, can't hear anything. Just see how all these glorious things, all these aspirations, how they all have no, parabhava, they are destined to be finished. Is this pessimism or realism? It is absolutely the truth. Avyalikam, perfect truth. It's only in illusion. We modify it, we think, no, it will be very nice. So like this, we get misled. Instead of such kama, we must have Bhagavat Parshva Kamaha. And the last point. So Parikshit is saying, all of you are Veda personified. You all are knowledge personified. That knowledge, you are living by that knowledge. You live by the realization of that knowledge. You live by the teachings, by the values of that knowledge, Vedic knowledge. Your knowledge, Veda personified. Look at the great qualities of these great sages. What kind of personalities were with Parikshit who had assembled there? Look at our situation. What are we personified? We are personified of our own karma. We are Kama Murti, Lobha Murti, Madha Murti, Illusion Murti. This is what we are. Look at our situation. And here, who are the sages who have assembled? They are Veda Murti, Veda Murti Dharaha. See the kind of personalities that are being described. So, and then Parikshit is saying, and all of you who are Veda Murti, you have no desire either in this world or in the world hereafter. Amutra means life after. You have no other desire, but still you have come. Why? Because consequently, Nihatha namutra cha kaschanartha rite para anugraham, to show mercy to others, to show mercy to me, you have come. That's the only reason why you have come. You have no other desire, you have no other pursuit in this world or in the next world. You are all fulfilled, completely fulfilled, because you are all highly realized Vedamurtis. And Vedas, Veda ischa sarvai, ahameva vedyaha. From all the Vedic knowledge, who is to be realized? Krishna. You have such Krishna realized persons, and you have nothing to achieve, but still you have come paranugraham. For the sake of others, you have come. I was reading some days ago about Srila Prabhupada. This was in the early 60s. Maybe it must have been 62, 63, 64, around that time. Prabhupada was nearing 70, right? He was in an advanced age. And he got his Bhagavatam printed, first 3 volumes, first canto, including this, what we are reading. These words were composed by Srila Prabhupada, staying in the Radha Damodar Mandir in Vrindavan. See how special these words are. First canto of the Bhagavatam. And with great difficulty, he had published. He got donors from different parts, from Bombay. Sumati Morarji gave him a donation. Somebody in Madras gave him a donation. With all that donation, he published the 3 volumes. And then, after that, after publishing 3 volumes, he once again goes to Bombay he goes to the office of Scindia Shipping Company and tries to meet her. She's a big woman. Cannot meet her easily. She's a very busy, big businesswoman. And Srila Prabhupada, as a simple sadhu, come from Vrindavan, trying to meet. So many people must be trying to meet her to get some favors. Like a lot of people also go and meet rich people to get some donation for the temple. So many people keep coming. So it was not easy to meet her. So she had one secretary who would meet her. And so he would tell her, Prabhupada would tell the secretary, go and tell this to Mrs. Sumati Morarji, that I'm very thankful, the book money she gave, and see the 3 volumes I have published, I've got it printed, and I want to meet her. So he would ask, why do you want to meet her? Tell her, I have come here to meet her, to request for a ticket to go to America. So the secretary was thinking, what is this old man, sannyasi from Vrindavan, he wants to go to America. Anyway, he went and told Sumati Morarji. And so she heard. He said, no. Tell him not to go to America. Tell him to, he cannot accomplish anything. At this age, he goes to America. What he can do? So that secretary came back and told Prabhupada again that this is what Mrs. Prabhupada was very unhappy. Again he coached him, no, you tell her that I have made some plans, I want to preach and spread this message from America, you go and tell her. Again the secretary went and told Sumati Morarji, and she said, no, his health is not good, what he can accomplish, tell him not to go, let him be here and finish his books, translation of the books here only. Again Prabhupada got disappointed, and again he told the secretary, somehow give me one chance, get me one to meet her personally. You see how Prabhupada doing all these things. Look at his situation. Again and again he's going, reaching out to that rich woman. And finally Prabhupada gets an opportunity to meet her. And once again he tells her, please send me to America. And then he says, no, Swamiji, at this age you cannot accomplish anything. Better you be here. America is very cold, different things. But Prabhupada said, no, I have made a plan. I have to spread this. Please give one opportunity. You see, why is Prabhupada doing this? Paranugraham. To give blessings, anugraha, mercy to others. Today each one of us are sitting here because of that act of Prabhupada, isn't it? If Prabhupada had not gone, if Prabhupada had not preached, if Prabhupada had not written these books, and if Prabhupada did not bring all those Western disciples back to India, and we saw, they are all becoming devotees, what about us? Why are we not taking it seriously? See, all this had its impact, isn't it? So, those Prabhupada's repeated attempts to go to America and preach, it is simply an expression of Paranugraham. See, what those sages were, as Parikshit is describing in the Bhagavatam, those qualities, those were the attributes of Srila Prabhupada, who has no desire either in this world or in the next world, because they are desireless, akama. But they still act, they still do something, paranugraham, just to bless others, to show mercy on others. And Prabhupada writing these books, creating an institution. This is an important aspect of Srila Prabhupada's contribution. Of course, he followed the example of his guru, Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur, who gave a formal institutional structure to the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And of course, his guru, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, drew inspiration from what his father, Bhaktivedanta Thakur, had done. So these are all modern constructs, an institution building. These are all modern constructs. And it endures even beyond the lifetime of the person who founds that institution. So Prabhupada wanted this mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He gave a contemporary institutionalized format, and he would remain the Acharya, so that, because unless you go to such a soul, a great soul, a resident of the spiritual world, this process of bhakti as it is expected to unfold and develop will not happen. That's the most important thing. To come in contact with a pure devotee of the Lord. That's the important thing. Otherwise, we'll be following Karma Kanda, we'll be following Jnana Kanda, some impersonalism, some demigod worship. So many varieties are there. But we are talking about Paramam Gatim, about the highest perfection. For that, like Prabhupada gave the example, all these methods, Karma Kanda, demigod worshiping, all of them are staircases to go higher and higher and higher, higher and higher in consciousness. Gradually, it's a multi-life program. Many, many lifetime it will take. So you can take the staircase. But there is also another method. There is an elevator. You get into the elevator and you press the button 100. The elevator will take you to the 100th floor. When you are climbing up the stair, you are climbing up with your effort. When you are going up the elevator, it's not your effort, it's the motor, high horsepower motor which is pulling you up, isn't it? That is coming in contact with a pure devotee, and by his blessing, that provides the horsepower for the elevator to go up. That is the important thing. Otherwise, if you don't get the elevator, if you don't come in touch with a pure devotee, you'll be going up the stair. 100th floor, it will take about maybe how many lifetimes, we don't know. Sometimes we go up, sometimes we come down. All this will be going on. This is the advantage. And such a person. And one last point. Tada para anugraham. They are so merciful. They want to benefit others. And why do they do that? Because that is their Atma Sheelam. These are very special words, because that's their very nature. The very nature of these. Atma Sheelam. Sheela means one's nature, character. Right? Sheela. Atma Sheelam. Paranugraham. Atma Sheelam. Their very nature is Paranugraham. That's the kind of a personality Srila Prabhupada is. And we are all very blessed to come in contact with him and directly serve him, be in his association through his Vani, and serve his mission, which is embedded in the institution that he has founded. So we are very, very fortunate. What Parikshit was experiencing there, in touch with all these great sages, and Parikshit going to come in contact with Shukadev Goswami, that very same fortune is available to us today, provided we want to take it. We'll stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Go Premanand.
Hare Krishna devotees. Prasadam will be served in two locations, Krishnamrita Hall and Annadana Hall. You all can collect the Prasadam coupons at the entrance. And quickly finish your Prasadam, quickly honor the Prasadam, and come back to the same place with having Srila Prabhupada Abhishekam and class Madhu Pandit Prabhu.